So let's see here. Oh, it's loud. There we go. That's better. So today is, let's see here. Let's lower that a little bit more. There. Today is day 17 on fluids, and it's 13 days until surgery. And I've just been tired today, mostly. I hope also this is a better. I got a little bit closer to the camera, and I tried to adjust the focus bit since I have to do that manually. I haven't found a way to have the focus on without having the focus square in there. So we'll see if I can find a way. It would be nice, but I'm not sure that it can be done, honestly, with this camera. So maybe in the future I will look into getting a proper webcam or a live stream cam, because I'm kind of toying with the idea to do like Twitch streams in the future, because apparently I do weird ass things when I play and people seem to enjoy that for some reason. So why not share the shenanigans and draw and maybe join some more cash on my commissions. Anywho, today's craving has been a reoccurring one. It has been Subway tuna sandwich. I don't know, I just want some Subway. The second one, oh, that's big, I forgot to change that. There we go. Chicken. Protein all over. This is just pure protein. Otherwise it's been fine, but I've started to notice that I'm not as good anymore with keeping the times, especially now the few days, because I still haven't gotten the protein powder. I'm getting that tomorrow and it's gonna be so good. Today I actually borrowed some from my friend because she uses it for her breakfasts, so I got 2 shakes from her because I was almost vomiting today. It's been too many soups on this row. It's not that they're disgusting or anything, it's just that they're not exactly meant to be the only meal. They are designed to be like evening meal. Instead of a lunch, you take one of those soups instead. But today I've been having those all day and I was like, I'm gonna puke, I can't eat, I'm not hungry, and I don't want to eat because I've had too many. So I actually borrowed some from her because it wasn't possible, and I think that's partially why, because they fill me up too much, to the extent that I am not hungry by the time it's time for me to get the second meal. One solution could have been to go up earlier in the day and eat, but I know myself well enough to know that's not gonna happen. No. So I thought that since I probably will be pretty busy, and I've talked about it before, I will do the list of things I avoid as an obese person, and things of my insecurities and how I feel like the surrounding world treats me because of my size. And one of these that I mentioned before is Tivoli's, because I can't ride anything anymore. I just get really sad. So whenever someone brings up the conversation of, oh hey, let's go to Gothenburg for a weekend and go to Liseberg, I'm like, yeah, sure. And I just kill the conversation, because it's not that I don't want to go, it's that I know that once there, I can't ride hardly any of the rides, and it's hard, especially seeing my friends having fun and feeling left out. Because there's a difference in when you want to go on a ride and you don't. If you don't want to go on the ride, it's easier to see a friend run off and do that because you don't want to partake. But if you want to partake and can't, it just becomes really hard and not that fun because you keep concentrating on that fact, even though you're trying your best to do something else. Another one is getting into new cars. Cars I know are fine because I know that I will fit, but it's even worse if I know that I won't fit. And more specifically, it will most likely be the fact if I can put the belt on or not. I'm a little bit dark, aren't I? Where are you? There you are. Bit better. But the fact that I might not fit in the belt. And that also goes over to buses. Like when I used to go by bus a lot, when I went back and forth between Gothenburg and Falköping where I lived, I would not even try to put on a belt, even though it's required by law that you wear a belt if you can. But it got to the extent I wouldn't even try, even though I should, because I knew that more likely than not I would not be able to. And if I were able to, it would be extremely uncomfortable to the extent that I would almost get claustrophobic, even though I don't have claustrophobia. And this also goes into me not joining in on adventures, road trips, or anything like that, because it could be that my friends are talking about, oh hey, let's go and horseback riding, and I would be yeah sure, you do that. Again, killing the conversation or trying to deflect it away from me, because I know that I can't go horseback riding because I'm too heavy. Most schools and services like that have a weight limit on 100 kilos. And I'm not saying it's wrong. It's understandable. I don't want to get on a horse with my weight because poor horse. But it's the fact that it's not my friend's fault either. It's they're asking me because they genuinely want me with them. But for me, it's like, yeah, pick something I can't join. Yeah, you do that. And it's not reasonable, it's not logical or anything. It's just, I guess, self-hate in a way. I keep fiddling with everything. Where's my buddy? He's silent. There we go. Buddy. I already tore an eye on him. But there's things like that that I avoid because I don't want to. At one point, I avoided going to the beach because I wasn't comfortable in swimwear. That kind of got over a little bit because I'm like, fuck it, I'm hot, I'm fat, I don't care. And strangely enough, I felt more comfortable in a bikini than in a one piece. I don't know why, but it worked pretty well for me actually. So it's gotten better, but still I feel a bit uncomfortable and out of my zone really. Shopping. I have like PTSD from shopping, and it might not even be a joke to some extent. Honestly, I just get extreme anxiety, and many don't believe me until they see it. And it can be, I can just go because I need a pair of leggings or just basic ass clothing, and I might end up not finding anything. Even a bra can set it off, or just go look. Last time I just went to check, and I just had the worst anxiety. I almost had a panic attack. And it's very heartbreaking for those around me because they're trying their best to find me something, and they know my style, and they're just like, there's nothing here that's your taste, there's not even your size, and if it's their size, it's to hide you. And they just get me get more and more deflated, even though I get, like, here in Sweden, sizes that are 4XL or 3XL, and they don't fit me. While from Shane I can get a 5XL surely, but that's Asian. And it's big. And here in Sweden, it's too small. Same with jeans. If I buy it on the internet, they will be around size Europe 50. I don't even remember. It's that long since I bought a pair of jeans, but I think the last pair I bought that was 56 were way too big, and then 54 around there on the internet. In a store, I need probably a EU size 60 or more. So I hate shopping, and I know that's because of my size. It's not a genuine thing. I think I would actually love going shopping if I could know that, sure, sometimes your size is out, but I could find something. Now it's more like I probably won't find something. And dating has been hard too, because of a lot of insecurities, because it's partially because who would ever be interested in me? Now I'm lucky that I do have people that are interested in me and love me much. But it didn't feel like, even since I'm a pansexual, it didn't feel that either side would like me. Like, why would a girl like a fat chick? Why would a guy want a fat chick? And then it went into instead that it was about fetish, that people were into me being fat. And then it became more that it's not me they like, it's the fact that I'm big. I'm just a pile of fat essentially for them, which became even more bad essentially. And then also that I'm goth, because everybody wants a big titty goth girlfriend. And fine, you might like the aesthetic, but it's like when it becomes a fetish and you get that, like, it's almost like a guy asking you if he can smell your panties or sock on the first date. That's how off-putting it is. I also don't wear certain things. Like, I tried last summer wearing a crop top, and it was very freeing because I looked better in it than I thought I would, because I dared. But I have avoided such things. But with a skirt, it was like on point. But I have a hard time wearing jeans because I'm very scared of the fupa. And if you don't know what a fupa is, it's when your body or stomach hangs over. Or you have an apron stomach, is also called. Mostly it's common that you get a fupa or a camel toe fupa by your jeans, that the seam in the middle pushes in your stomach, so it becomes like a bulbous look to it, like that. And I hate it so much. It terrifies me that I don't wear certain jeans, and they need to be high enough because I want to hide my stomach. I want everything to be pushed in. If I could wear a corset 24/7, I would be quite happy. So I don't wear shirts or anything. I own like 2 pair of pants right now. That's about it. The rest I don't use or I use them just at home and not around. I think I need to sum up because I see that I use my hand nodding out, because I noticed that I'm using my hands quite a bit and you can't see. So let's see here. How you doing? Yeah, that's good enough. Maybe not totally focusing. It's hard to tell from this distance. But now you see all these hand works better. But yeah, I don't want a muffin top. I don't want it to be too high in the back and not too low. I don't want it to not push in my stomach enough, if that makes sense. It can't be too loose, better tight, but not too tight to create that you understand. And that's why I hardly wear anything, except leggings and stockings right now. I only wear skirts or my kilt. I fucking love that kilt, and I'm sad that I realized that that's the first thing to go because it's a tiny bit big. I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna buy a new kilt. That's just, it has pockets. It's pockets. Huge pockets. I can fill a whole Coca-Cola bottle, if that makes sense. Anyway, I've also avoided crowds, and that it's very odd. But here's the thing: when I'm out in public and there's a crowd, like you go to a market or a Tivoli or a convention, usually people tell me that I'm getting cranky because I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Why do they keep walking into me? Can't they walk on their own fucking feet? Do they need to walk on mine? And people are just like, you're getting cranky. Like, stop it. You're oversensitive. You have too big of a personal space bubble. Until we actually tried it. The last time I was at Liseberg, a friend of mine had hurt his knee, so he needed to sit down and just wait. And I was complaining about this in general, and they were like, yeah, but fine, we're gonna sit here for a moment. Let's do an experiment. You go around, just walk regularly back and forth, not diddly daddling, acting like you don't know where to go. We just go back and forth and we will watch you, because it's not hard to catch a golf chick in Sweden on this berry. So I was like, sure, fine. And I did it, and they were like, people are acting like they're making, like they're walking out of their way to walk into you. It's not in your head. It's actually that they're trying to walk into you. They have no respect for your personal space or that you're even there. And it's so odd because most people, at least those that I've talked to, say that when you're big, people avoid you, especially if you're alternative. And usually when I'm out at such things, I'm really like all guffed up. I have done all the face work, all the clothes, you know. But people act like I'm not even there. I don't get noticed. And it also made me almost cry, because I got affirmation from others that this is not just my head. I'm not just cranky. I mean, I am a cranky person, but not in that sense. I actually do have a reason. And that's the second, like, I don't like taking space in socially way. Taking way I do, especially if I wear a pair of dogs, because I've learned that my dogs will hurt your feet way more than mine. So you better move. It's my bitch booth. But socially, I don't like taking space. Like, if I go to an event and I want to make new friends, I hype myself up. I really hype myself up to be out there and say hi. Or, secondly, I get myself drunk. That is a sad thing to say, but it's true. When I'm drunk, many of my mental doors, as I call them, gets loose, and I can act. And I don't mean obnoxious drunk or anything, just enough that I relax and can be myself and just have fun. Because there's so many things like I stop myself from doing, and it's like I would love to go to a church and just start singing to hear the acoustics. Since I used to be a music major in singing with classical music, I would just love to do that. And I don't think anyone would mind. Very few people would mind me doing that. Do I dare to do that? No. And it's so weird because I do love attention. I do love singing and getting praised for it, but I don't dare to. It's like, it's just a wall I can't push through. It's impossible for me to go through that, or act silly, or do dumb shit that I do at home alone or with very close friends. And I think it's because of my size, because I don't want to be pointed out as a comical relief like in all the movies. Because when was the last time we got fat representation that wasn't just comic relief? Arcane is the only one I can recall. I mean, yeah, Turning Red too, to be fair, Abby. But otherwise, it's just comic relief, and they're stupid and clumsy and everything. So it's hard to daring to put yourself out there because of that stigma. I also avoid eating in public. I hate eating. I mean, I love eating out with friends, but I don't like people seeing me eat. And especially not alone. And I remember one time specifically when I was traveling back and forth from the university. I had gotten a ciabatta bread, this big, with a salad filling. And I was sitting at the table with that and an iced tea. On the table next to me were two a bit younger girls. They had so much fucking candy. Like, one of those plastic bags you can get groceries in. One of those filled, and Coca-Colas and everything. And they were just stuffing their faces and being happy. And I didn't think more of it, more than like, wow, that's a lot of candy. But people were pointing at me and looking at me and just like, should you eat that? The look. And even pointing to me, at me, and whispering about me. And I was like, I'm just having lunch on a Wednesday. Shouldn't you? No? Okay, I'm fat. Sorry. So that really took a hit, and I think I didn't eat for 3 days after that. And more it's become intimacy. I can't say the word even. Intimacy, more and more, because of the bigger I get, the heavier I get, and the less sexy I feel, the less I feel like anybody would want me. And to an extent, too much information, but certain sex positions, because what if I crush them? Or what if I'm too heavy? And stuff like that. So I kind of have to be pumped up to dare. And this has been for a long time that I won't allow anyone to lift me. Even when I was at my smallest, I wouldn't dare to be lifted by anyone. It's no. Please take care of your back. To the extent I don't lean on people because I'm too heavy. I don't like hugging because what if I am sweaty? And it's because of very fat phobic comments like fat people smell different, they always sweaty, that I don't want to hug people because I don't want to get too close. I'm not a very huggable person, but I keep it even more back. So if you got on a hug from me, you're special. I don't want to run because I don't want everything flubbing around. Same with dancing. And even though, because when you get me certain too drunk, I will dance, if you ask me, and have fun. And the funny thing is that people even tell me now that I'm a good dancer, and they think it just looks fun. But I don't want to, because all the flub. And with clothing, it's also shirts. They have to be a certain length, because I want it to go down over my stomach. It needs to be below the belly button. If it's over, it needs to be skirt. I'm very specific with how close to sit and what to sit. It's also been like, it's a weird insecurity, but I've always felt that my boobs are too small for my body, because most people that are plus size or obese usually have a bigger bust, and I feel like mine are too small for my scale, and it's been really not helping that confidence really. And this also adds to people asking me if I'm pregnant, and when I told them no, I'm just fat, they're like, oh, you don't need to be so rude. Excuse me, ma'am, who's rude? But that adds to it. And then it's also like that nobody would be interested in me is partially added to, let's see here if I can find the picture. There you are. That I once lost a lot of weight and I got down to a certain size, and it's when I got to that certain size, I will show you in a moment. I just need to trim pictures here a bit. There we go. So this is me at 18 at my smallest. Let's open that up so you can see a bit better. As you can see, I'm very thin. I was about 95 kilos at that point. And when I was also me, when I was at this size, people treated me different. I got hit on. I even once got pinched in my butt by a random dude, and it has never happened to me before, and I didn't know how to handle it. I know, like, it's wrong, you shouldn't do that, but it was at the same time like, what the fuck just happened? And people would come up and talk to me in a different way and be flirty, and I was like a deer in headlights. But it felt very different than it does now. So that's what I mean by also adding to the who would ever want me, because I know different kinds of attention, but I'm still fucking stupid when it comes to people flirting with me, I've been told many times. It's also the fear of just being the fat friend. Like, when we're out, I make my friends more attractive since I'm the fat one. So if you scale the friendship, I'm the fat one, so I'm the least interesting, and ups everyone else. And they don't do that, it's other people doing it. I'm just there to have fun with my friends. And of course, I hope someone will flirt me. I hope to get some attention, just like everybody else. It's just that I feel that they don't. And they will not give me that attention without it being like, or just being respectfully nice. It's very seldom I feel people generally talking to me. It's been a few exceptions lately, because I've just been like, fuck it, I'm probably never gonna see these people again, so I'm just gonna and going at it, being friendly and being nice and everything, because I don't have anything to lose. Maybe that's the way to go, but it's hard, and I pump myself up to do it. So yeah, that's quite a bit of rambling, but I thought it was a video that needed to be done, and hopefully also that I can look back and essentially look back and talk about what has changed and not, but also sharing a bit about me, how I work, and why I feel I need this surgery even more. Not that I need to justify myself to anyone, but maybe because it makes it more relatable for someone else who has doubts. And it helps me with the anxiety to actually say it out loud. As I said it before, I am scared and I am worried. But all of these things also tells me that this is right for me. I need this. I need to give myself the chance. So yeah. But I think this will be plenty enough. It's almost 30 minutes long. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for this long, but I felt it was better to take it in one go, so you're done with me rambling. If you stick with me this long, thank you. And if you have any responses or questions, or need any what's the word? Me to explain what I meant. English is not that good. Always, but if you need explanations or just clarification, that's the word, just ask, and I will answer in the best way I can. Anyway, now I'm free for 4 days, so I'm gonna start working, so there will probably very short videos with me and my friend. I love this thing. And just trying to take a video tomorrow of the new apartment too, so maybe I can share. We'll see how that goes. But I think now I'm gonna pump myself up and play some Final Fantasy. Get Swifty. So that will be it. Take care.